Okay, so right, so we have studied about the SI check, right? How the SI check is important and why we need to implement the SI check, right? If you do not implement the SI check, then you cannot go for what? You cannot go for migration, because in migration, SI check is one of the important check, right? So as we told, whenever you are performing a migration, wherever you are doing a migration, correct? You can do what? You can at somewhat ignore. Ignore means in the interview, you can tell that you can ignore the readiness check if they are asking you very deeply on that. But in your real-time project scenario, you cannot ignore anything, right? Your RC report has to be implemented, and after that, your SI check is should also be implemented. It is not like that after RC you have to implement SI, or after SI you have implement RC, right? There is no sequence in that. Anything you can do. If you have to start with RC, you can start with RC also, right? And if you want to start with your SI, you can start with SI also. Correct? That is not a problem, not an issue. There is no sequence into that, right? So we have also studied ki whenever you are running the RC report, right? As we have seen, sorry, SI report. The SI report has to be downloaded, right? As we have seen from support portal, you have to download what? You have to download the SI check, and after you have downloaded the SI check, then you have to upload that into your source system, right? Once you are uploading into your source system, then what will happen? You can run the SI check, and then you can understand key what error you are getting or what you have to implement as the part of the nodes that SI check is recommending you, right? So now let's read this today to understand what is SI check. Okay, so chalo Kishore, if you can read from here to here.
Yeah. The report returns a list of relevant and irrelevant simplification items. Check every relevant simplification item for the impact have it will have on your conversation project. Some simplification items have consistency check. The consistency check identifies inconsistency in the system that would be a problem during some process. It also provides additional information on how to solve the problem. Some simplifications items do.
What you understood? Bus.
Yeah, I mean like for SI there is something checks it will be doing that. So it identifies like what is like inconsistencies in the system during the sum process, and also it provides the information on how to solve the problem, the
Okay.
issue caused. That's I think, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Mohini, what you understood here? Mohini is there with us in the call. Yeah, Mohini is there.
Yeah, yes, I'm there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it will check for the consistency of the system during the some process, and also it check the conversion of the system.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Sailesh, you have called me what? With another number? It was your number? Okay. Sailesh is on mute. Okay. So, what I was telling, right? Key simplification item, right? So, what it does, it performs a consistency check, right? And this consistency check is very important, right? And let us suppose what happened. One of the very important thing. Let us suppose you have not executed what? You have not executed the SI check, right? SI check is not executed by you, and you have moved forward with your sum 2, correct? You decided, okay, we don't require an SI check, we will not do an SI check. And what I will do, I will move forward with what? I will move forward with our sum tool. So during that scenario, if you are moving forward with your sum tool also checks what, guys? Whether SI report has been executed or not. Correct? Your sum tool is also checking that, right? Whether the SI check is executed or not. And if the SI check is not executed, and if SI check is not done, then what will happen? It will not go forward. It will show you the error. I am not finding the SI check. So what you should do, please run an SI check, right? So even if you are forgetting or even if you are not running, then your sum tool will not allow you to move forward, right? So that is why whenever you are running what, guys, whenever you are running the migration, whenever you are dealing with the project of the migration, then what will happen? You have to run the SI check. But if you have forget about the SI check, then what will happen? Your sum tool will take that into the consideration and it will implement the what, guys? It will show you the error, and then at the end of the day, you have to implement the SI check. Right, guys? Understood? Clear? Hello?
Sir, what if, but still, what if we forgot to run the SI check?
If you forgot to run the SI check, right? Then what happened? Your sum tool will start. Correct? And when your sum tool will start in the check process phase, right? In the check process phase or in some of the sum tool, latest sum tool, in configuration only, it checks for SI check, right? And then it will check for the SI check. And then if it does not found the SI check, right? Then your sum tool will be stopping, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it will be showing you the error. I cannot find the SI check that has to be implemented. Then you have to implement the SI check and then you have to move forward with the sum tool. Sum tool also have their configuration. And remember one very important thing, guys. That is, I'm telling you, because we made a mistake in one of the SI check. So what happens? I will show you practically also, but I'm showing you here. So what happened? How sum tool is very smart nowadays. What happened? We have run the SI check, right? We have run the SI check, and that was very first time that we were running the SI check. Correct? For one of our migration project, we were running the SI check and we run the SI check. Okay. So whenever you are running the SI check, there is one tab where you have to select and check for the consistency. And what happened? We did not click on that tab. We forgot, or it was our first project. We made a mistake. I will show you that button, which we did not do, right? For all.
Okay.
Right? So then what happened? We did not type this. So whenever you are not typing this button, so what happens? It is not comparing the source and target. Every object it will not compare, right? So when it is not comparing the every object, it will not show you the error, right? And we thought that everything is running fine because we are not getting any error. We did not saw any error. So we were happy about it and we run the sum tool. And when we run the sum tool, whatever the object comparison which we did not done, our sum tool has run the SI check once again for us, right? Sum tool can also run the SI check if it is uncompleted, guys, right? And when it ran the SI check for us, it found out the error, right? It found out the error and the error was found in the pre-processing state, right? In the pre-processing state, we found the error. And after finding the error, we have implemented some of the nodes and we have rectified it, right? Remember, the sum tool showed us the error which was starting with the error code 007, right? What is the difference of error code? We will see forward, right? But the error code 008 was not shown to us by the sum tool also. And then when we gone to the execution phase, right, our migration starting to fail in the execution phase, in the downtime. And now we are starting running from pillar and door to find out the answer ki what went wrong. And after digging up and after taking a consultation with SAP, then we realized that the SI check button or SI check was not properly implemented by us, right? So our sum tool showed us the 007 error code, but it did not show us the 008, right? And that is why when the sum tool started running into the execution phase, that error was there. And that is why our migration failed, right? So that is why this check consistency for all button is very important. When we will do the practical, we will see that what it does and why it is very important. Okay, guys, clear? Hello? Am I
Okay.
audible? Okay. Chalo, Mohini, you read from here to here. Mohini is there with us?
Some yeah, some
Yeah.
simplification items do not have consistency check, but nonetheless are relevant. This means that from a technical perspective, a conversion of your system is possible without any action from you, but there will be impact and you should investigate it.
Yes. So what you understood?
Without taking any action, without taking any action from your end, uh, conversion will be possible, but there will be impact and we have to investigate it.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Kishore? What you understood here?
Means from the technical side, it can't show an error, but the impact will be there, it seems. I understood from this point.
Okay. Silesh, you there in the call? What you understood
Yes,
here?
sir. Yes, sir. Actually, I forgot to connect. I went for the breakfast and forgot to connect.
Yeah, no issues. So, what you understood here?
So, this line is telling us that some of the components are that not mandatory that much. That means we can ignore some of them. So that doesn't make any error or that will not create any mess or so we stuck the migration that will be continued without any issues.
Like
Okay.
as I said, like if we done the SI check without taking the consistency, right? So
Yeah.
it will run the process. It is showing that it will be run. I mean that there will be no error. But we run the sum check, it will give an error. That is the mean it is showing that.
Yes, absolutely correct. Right? That means it is showing us that some of the object will not require that consistency, and we made that mistake only. Right? We did not got to error to the object which does not require the consistency. Right? We run that only, and we realize that there is no mistake. Right? But there are some of the object who require that consistency. See, they may or may not create a problem. Technically, though, they will not create any problem. There will be some small impact here and there. And that is why when we are able to run our SI check, we run for this. We did not click this button that is showing, right? Choose check consistency for all. This button was missing when we did, right? This was important button when you are performing the migration, and this important button was only skipped for us. So what does the SI check did? SI check performed the comparison where it does not have any impact. Means the object that was not important or does not have any impact to your migration, that object was checked. And that created a problem because But obviously it is not having any impact, so it will not cause a problem. But the objects which were supposed to have an impact, which were supposed to create a problem, for them, so we did not run on it, right? And if for them, if we did not run, then the problem had occurred, and then it created a lot of issue for us, right? So that is why whenever you are running the migration, right, you have to make sure that you have to select check consistency for all. So if you are not selecting that, it may happen that it is selecting the object that is not at all problematic for you. So that is why we have to make sure during the conversion project. Right, guys? Understood? Now coming the very important line. Okay. Chalo. Sailesh, read from here to here, please.
Okay.
Here to here.
Some of the error messages from the consistency check aim for you to read and understand the information provided by the consistency check error. For example, the information might be about the data loss incurred during the conversion process. These errors can only be processed by the creating an exception for them which is logged in the system. The errors are highlighted in the report in the column exceptional possible exemption possible, so that you can see which error need exemption.
Okay.
मीन्स
So what you
यहाँ पे
understood? Sailesh?
ये कह रहा है कि यहाँ पे जो कंसिस्टेंसी चेक करते हैं हम लोग, कंसिस्टेंसी चेक करने के टाइम पे अगर कुछ एरर डेटा लॉस के रिगार्डिंग या ड्यूरिंग कन्वर्जन प्रोसेस में कुछ डेटा लॉस हो सकता है क्योंकि टेबल कंपैटिबिलिटी नहीं है या कुछ उसमें एरर है टेबल में, उसकी वजह से अगर कोई टेबल या कोई डेटा लॉस होने वाला है तो उसका इंफॉर्मेशन आपने को रिपोर्ट में बताएगा कॉलम में कि एग्जम्पशन पॉसिबल है इसका।
Okay. Okay. Abhijit, any idea to you on this? Abhijit is there with us. Okay, Abhijit is there. Abhijit, any idea? Okay, Abhijit is in mute. Okay. So now what it is telling us, guys, correct? Now you have run the SI check, okay? And after running the SI check, what you are doing, you are waiting for the result, correct? You are waiting for the result and you are seeing ki when the result will be coming, right? So when you are running the SI check has different error code. First error code, right, is 007. Okay. Second error code, right, 008. Correct. Third error code, correct, is 002. Now you are getting a 007 error code, right? 007 or 7, guys, anything you can tell. No need to add 00. You can tell 7 also, 8 also, right? Correct. But technically it is 007. Okay. So what happens when you are getting the error code 7? Error code 7 is exempted error. That means what? That means if you are getting this error, right, you can ignore this error, right? It will not have any impact on your system. It will not create any problem to your system, or it will not create any issue to your system, right? So this error you can ignore without any issues and without any problem, right? It will not create any issue for you, or it will not even, create any problem for your migration. So if you are getting, let us suppose you run the migration, you run the SI check, and then you see that you are getting an error code 7, right? You can simply, there will be the option to exempt. Exempt means what? That you have got the error code 7. So you have the option to do what? You have the option to ignore it, right? Because even if you are ignoring, it will not cause any problem to you, or it will not cause any issue to you. Right, guys? Understood, everyone? The error code 7, right?
I mean, you are going to say like we can suppress that error. You are saying that, right?
Yes, yes, yes. In our project also, when
It's
we
like a
will be, yes, in our migration
yeah. It's
also, when we will be running, you will see this error, and you will see how we are suppressing it, or we are exempting it. Okay?
okay.
It's like
Okay.
just a warning messages in
It's like a warning. Yeah.
PR input.
Okay. Actually, this is separate from warning, but this is error only, but it does not cause any problem. So that is why. Now, 008. Now this error has came, right? And now this error has came, so it is non-exempted. That means you cannot ignore it, correct? Right? And you have to do what? You have to implement the note
Take
that
the
is,
action against error.
yes, you have to take the actions, you have to implement the note. Whatever the error is coming in your SI check, there will be the action also given on it, right? Now let us suppose for any object, you are getting the error 008, right? So whenever you are getting this error, right, then what will happen? Your SI check is so nice that it will also send you, or it will also tell you how to overcome this error, which note you can implement, or which note you can see and follow the steps to, remove the error, and follow the steps how you can resolve this error, right? So 008 is cannot be exempted. That means you cannot ignore it. If you try to ignore it, if you try to not pay attention to it, your migration will start falling in pre-processing phase, right? It will have a severe impact on your timeline. So that is why 008 error code, if you are getting, then that error code you cannot ignore. That error code you have to solve the issue, and after solving the issue, then only you should move forward. Without that, it is not allowed for you to move forward. Understood, guys? Now tell me, if 008 is already there, then what you will see in the error code 0012? If 08 is already have given me the error, and in 08 I am already getting the error, then what extra will be given into 12? What you will be finding into the other code of 12? Information.
Information or what?
So in 8 you will not get the information,
You will get it.
right?
But
Then why?
I'm not sure like 007 like I'm not sure like 007 as the inform I mean like every I mean like these errors have the information to suppress or like to resolve. You will get the information or what? I don't know. Like I want to ask that.
007, you will
Did you
get an
understand my point,
action
Sudhamshu?
to 007 or 7, you will directly get to exempt it, to separate it directly. There is no resolution on that. Okay? It will directly tell you to exempt the error,
Okay.
right? Don't care for that error. That error you don't require to think about much. Directly do what? Directly exempt it, right? 008, it will give you the resolution steps. You have to resolve it. Anyhow, without
Okay.
resolving it, you cannot
Okay.
move forward. So you cannot do anything here. In 008,
Forward,
anyhow,
yeah.
you have to resolve it. Right? Correct? And if in 008 only I am getting all the action
Yeah.
of resolving, then what is the need of 0012?
I guess it is something related to the corrupted something, and we have to resolve that in the critical scenario.
Okay, okay, okay. What about you, Mohini and Sailesh? What do you guys think about it?
For 0012, it is mandatory. Without resolving this, we cannot process further, or it will be cancelled. My conversion will be impacted,
So
or
that will be
incomplete without resolving this.
Sailesh. That will be the issue in 008 also. There also
Yet
it
also correct,
ah,
but in 12, the major data will be impacting. Maybe the data is not taking, means they
okay.
वो कन्वर्ट नहीं करेगा इस डेटा को.
Okay. Mohini, what about your view? Okay, Mohini is on mute. Vikas, any idea to you? Okay, Vikas is also on mute. Right? So remember, guys, most of you will know about it. In 008, if you are getting the error, right, that object, right, that object does not depend upon the other object. That means what? That means in 008, that particular object is only getting the error and you have to resolve the particular error only. Right? Particular object where you have to work. Let us suppose Kishore is there as my error. Now what will happen? I will rectify the error that is present into the Kishore and then I will be moving forward. But now I am getting the errors, let us suppose 12, that is on Sailesh. So if I have to resolve that error, then first I have to resolve the issue with what, guys? Abhijit. Because Abhijit is the object depend upon Sailesh. And once I gone to resolve the error of Abhijit, then I found out that Abhijit is dependent upon what? Mohini. Correct? So that means what, guys? Here the objects are dependent upon each other, right? That means in 12, whenever you are getting the error, the objects are dependent on each other. That means you are not getting an error on a particular item. The multiple items are affected and they are dependent upon each other. So when I got to solve the problem of Mohini, then I will realize that before Mohini, Mohini is also depend upon whom? Mohini is depend upon Sudhanshu. Correct? So I have to resolve Sudhanshu's first error. Then I resolve Sudhanshu's error. Then the Mohini error is resolved. Then Abhijit's error is resolved. And then at the final, what error I was getting on Sailesh will be resolved. That means when the objects are dependent upon each other, right? In 008, the objects are not dependent upon each other. If you are getting that error, that means the error is in the particular item Kishore only. I will rectify the error that I have gone into Kishore and I will move forward, right? Not much of the issue, not much of the problem. But the hectic situation comes in the 12. When the error you are getting, that means that object is dependent upon the other object also. And that is why you will see multiple nodes and multiple resolution you have to do when you are getting the error code as 12. Understood now the difference between 8 and 12, guys? Clear? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Kishore, Moini,
So,
clear?
sir, in the same scenario, it simply means that first I need to resolve 008 at anyhow condition. Then only I will be able to move forward and I am not getting any 012 error. If I get 012 error, that's something related to the 08 which is not been solved, right?
No, see, these two errors are not dependent upon each other. Abhijit. Now let us suppose. Now let us suppose Kishore is there one of the object and you are there one of the object. Are you related to each other? No.
No.
Correct? Right? I am getting the 00 error separately on Kishore. It has nothing to do with you. Then I will be solving the Kishore object and I will be saying, okay. Then I will be getting a separate error on you. That is 0012. That is 12 on you. Right? And when I gone to see what is the error on you, then I found out that you are dependent upon Sailesh. And when I reached to Sailesh, then I found out that Sailesh is dependent upon Mohini. Right? That does not imply that you and Kishore are related to each other. See, I have to resolve your errors separately. You are not dependent on each other, right? I can get 8 on Kishore and 12 on you, right? Your object I am getting 12 and Kishore object I am getting on it. So don't think I have to rectify all the 08 error of a particular object, then I will not get 0012. Nothing like that. They are independent of each other. In the same
Okay.
migration, you are running SI check. There are multiple objects, right? In some of the object, you will be getting 12 error. In some of the object, you are getting 8 error. They are not dependent upon each other. They are separate, but you will get error on both of them, right? Because I am not sure on which object Abhijit is dependent. Correct? Understood now, Abhijit?
Okay, but sir, when we are getting that error,
Huh?
whatever error, so is it providing some notes in front of screen so that we can follow that note and get those error resolved?
करेक्ट उसके लिए यू हैव टू सिट ऑन प्रैक्टिकल अभिजीत राइट अभी बता दूंगा इफ आई टेल यू नाउ देन यू विल नॉट सिट इन प्रैक्टिकल राइट बट अ
Got it.
शॉर्ट आंसर इज यस करेक्ट when I will show you in
Okay.
our practical session, you guys will only be running the SI check, right? Chalo, you run SI check, Abhijit. Then you will see when you are running the SI check and whenever you are getting the error in the SI check, how the SI check is providing the notes with resolution. Everything will be provided in SI check. You don't have to run here and there for anything. Understood? Clear?
Yeah,
Abhijit?
understood.
Now it is your responsibility to run the SI check. Okay.
Yeah.
Chalo. Kishore, again for you only. Read
Yeah.
this right.
From where to where? Like,
Yeah, this one.
hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Kishore. From here to here.
Yeah. I can't see like what you're like showing. Acha.
My screen is not
Last
visible
paragraph.
or what?
Okay, okay.
Last paragraph.
Yeah, it's visible. It's very
Okay.
slow. Maybe my bandwidth is very less, I think so.
Okay.
Okay.
We have to rejoin, guys. If our session is ending, I think so. We have to rejoin for 5 minutes. Okay. Okay, you are not able to see it. Not an issue. Sailesh, can you read it
Yeah.
from here to
The
here?
SI check checks your system for data consistency necessary for the conversion of existing data and effects on the data after the conversion. The severity of the resulting messages indicates whether there are no inconsistencies, warning you should look at, or inconsistencies you need to resolve. The results are provided as green, yellow, or red message.
Okay, we have to rejoin our guys if session is ending. Yeah,
Yeah,
Sailesh, what you
sure.
understood?
Okay, so this line is telling us कि we need to SI check report, generate a report. That report has उसमें कंसिस्टेंसी चेक होगी, उसमें कुछ कन्वर्जन के रिलेटेड एरर्स रहेंगे. वो एरर इंडिकेशंस जो है या वार्निंग्स जो है वो ग्रीन, येलो या रेड कलर के मैसेजेस में वो इंडिकेट करेगा. और जो भी एरर है, इनकंसिस्टेंसीज है, वो हम